I'm still excited. I'm still motivated. I'm still as committed as ever. What just happened? Welcome to the 11th Fret, everybody. My name is Chris. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back home. If you are new here, hang around for a while, put your feet up, take your pants off, whatever makes you comfortable. Stick around and enjoy yourself. You might like the place. So today is a little, kind of somber. I am going to be undergoing some changes around here. As you know, my wife and I live in Burbank, California. And if you don't know Burbank, it's that little pocket just north of Los Angeles. It's what I like to call the actual Hollywood, because Hollywood itself is just a dump. In Burbank, we got like Warner Brothers, there's Disney, there's Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, there's also Universal Studios, which is kind of in their own city, in Universal City, which is next door to Burbank. So first and foremost is that this channel's not gonna go anywhere, but it's going to have a new setting very soon. And I'm kind of sad because my wife and I, we have 2 children and we moved into this house. It's a rental. We want to buy, but it's just not the right market to buy a house in Los Angeles at this point in time. I mean, these houses go for over $1 million quite easily and they're tiny. This house was a wonderful find. We found it right in the middle of COVID, so the rent dropped to make it affordable. If you really want to know how much our rent was, it's about $32.50 a month. Some of you guys might be shrieking in horror, and if you're in this part of the country, you're like, that is cheap, and it kind of is. This house in particular has this back room. This room in particular is not attached to the house. It's a separate room with its own door. It's not part of the garage. It's in the backyard. It just makes recording a lot easier for me. The only distractions I really ever have here is planes flying overhead because we're just south of the Burbank Airport, or the Hollywood Burbank Airport, Bob Hope Airport, whatever you want to call it. It's the airport in Burbank. So we're right below the takeoff path, and when the winds kick up, sometimes we're below the landing path. And it can make recording kind of a nightmare when all those overhead airplanes might be getting into my microphone feed. So about a month ago, our landlord reached out to us and reminded us that it's time to sign a new lease. You know, we're a little nervous because we weren't sure what to expect. Again, our rent was $32.50 a month, which is a low number for the size of this house. We were expecting a much larger increase. In Los Angeles, there are rent-controlled neighborhoods and what have you, and this is not a rent-controlled neighborhood. And I'm not saying I support rent control or oppose it. I'm not going to get political, but where we are at is not a rent-controlled area. Even more so when you're in a single-family home, meaning like just a house that is only you, it's not multi-units. The laws that apply to rentals are very, very different to that of an apartment. So we don't really have a lot of options. They could raise our rates enormously if they really want to. They could go up like 20 or 30%. Not to say that they will, but it's a possibility. But they canceled on us multiple times. They were supposed to come over to the house and present us with a new lease. It was going to be both our landlords, the husband and the wife. And they canceled twice, and then we scheduled for a third time. They were supposed to come over. They were late, and then we got a phone call from the wife, and she explained everything to us that we were going to be signing a new lease, but it was only going to be a month-to-month lease, which is kind of weird, and we would have to vacate the premises within 6 months. They gave us an end date of December 31st. They wanted to have the house back by January 1st. To give you a little bit of context on that one, in case you've forgotten that time of year, Christmas is a week before that. This is a house. It's going to be a pretty crappy ordeal to pack up a house within a week of our move-out date, and then on top of that, clean it and all those horrible things that could add enormous amounts of stress during an already stressful holiday season. If you're a parent out there, you already know how stressful holidays can actually be. So we fought it. We argued the point. They wanted to move in here. We weren't getting bumped out because we didn't pay rent. We were always early rent payers. I mean, for example, if we got paid 10 days before rent was due, well, I mean, we get paid every 14 days. So 10 days before rent is due, we'll just pay rent because that money's coming out anyways. We always pay our rent very, very, very early if we're able to. We have no issues, there's no noise complaints, we clean the house. If you always wonder how and why I don't post videos as often, it's because there's a lot of things to do around here. Doing yard work, I am doing maintenance on the house. I mean, I do a lot of stuff. So it kind of came to us as a shock that they wanted us to leave. And the reason why they wanted us to leave is because they want to move in. Now, it really crushed our soul quite a bit because we love this house so much. But we also know that it's not our house. We don't own it. If they want to demolish the house tomorrow, that's their right to do. Well, I mean, they do have to give us 30 days notice, but after 30 days, they can demolish it just because they want to. I mean, that's their right to do it. However, it really hurt. We made it known when we moved in here that we had every bit of desire to stay here for 6 or 7 years until my stepdaughter turned 18 years old and was no longer bound to Los Angeles County per my wife's divorce agreement. And we just wanted to hang out here as long as we were able to. And they mentioned that the previous tenants who were before us stayed here for 7 years as well. So we kind of thought we had a good thing going. And this channel was born in this house. Lucky for us, we found a new house pretty quickly. I mean, most of the houses around this area are around, I mean, like $3,800, $4,000, $4,400. I mean, they go up. And we could get an apartment. I just wasn't sure how I was going to be able to film this channel in an apartment, especially with my son running around. I have a 5-year-old boy who is very, very hyper and loves to get attention and is really itching to be on this channel. And I didn't know how that was gonna pan out. So we found another house, lucky for us. I mean, it's really, really close to here. It's not as big. It's the same amount of bedrooms and basically the same count of rooms in the house. It's just the rooms are not as big as this house. We don't have a back house like I have on this channel here. Now, we're also right at the beginning of summer in Los Angeles. What that means is that our temperatures will climb up to 100 plus. And yeah, so we also have a detached garage in this new house, but there's no air conditioning in it whatsoever. So I thought about filming in there, but I might just be a sweaty mess. We do have a sunroom that's attached to the house, and my wife and I discussed that might be a great place for us to film the 11th fret and possibly even my wife's maybe channel in the future. Who knows if she'll even do that, but we have that option there. And so I'm kind of excited about that. But what that also means is that this channel might go dark for a little bit, like a month or two while we pack this place up and shuffle over that way. We're gonna be making some sacrifices for a minute. I'm not selling any of this stuff off. This is all my stuff. This pretty background, it's kind of breaking my heart a little bit. We'll see what happens. I do have some more things that I was planning on installing in this room, which I will hold off until I get to the new place. I mean, I have a nice little green screen backdrop that pulls down from the ceiling. So that's not gonna come out of its box right now. And there's just a lot of stuff like that. So I just wanted to give you guys an update because, yeah, I mean, it's weighing heavily on my heart. I'm sad to leave this house. I love this house. And it's a big part of my journey through Los Angeles as a husband, as a father, as a host of this channel. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that this house was a big part of in my life. So, but I just wanted to share that with you guys because I felt I owe you that in case I disappear for a hot minute. I know that sometimes comments might come in that says, where's your next video? I know, it's gonna be a little bit of a transition, but I do thank every single one of you guys. This is not the end of the 11th fret. I promise you, this is going to keep growing. I'm still excited. I'm still ready to crank out new content. I'm still spinning my head over what video I want to shoot next because there's so many things that are in my possession that I need to film and shoot and get out there. But I am excited. I still love doing it and I'm not going anywhere. But coming soon, there will be a new set to film this from. And it might be a little echoey. I'm not really sure yet. It's a big open room. It's cool. I actually really like this room, but it's gonna be different. Don't go anywhere, hang around. If you're new, make sure you subscribe to the channel because I have new content coming out all the time and I will continue to put new content out, but I just wanted to let you guys know what was happening in this world and I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for being here for this channel. We're all one big family and I love each and every one of you guys for putting your faith in me and building this relationship. Keep commenting, let's keep the dialogue alive. Don't worry about sharing this video with your friends. I don't want people to get the wrong impression, but share the other videos with your friends. That's always fun. Again, you've been watching the 11th fret. Thank you guys for coming on back. I appreciate every single one of you so much. Take it easy, everybody. See you on the next video.